Good evening, everyone, and welcome to UNSW Arts and Social Sciences. Welcome to this evening's session. My name is Shashma, and I'm the Senior Recruitment Product Manager for UNSW Arts and Social Sciences. So I would like to start by acknowledging the Bejigal people that are the traditional custodians of the land on which UNSW Kensington campus is located. I'd also like to pay my respects to the elders, both past and present, and extend that respect to other Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islanders who may be in the audience today. So thank you so much for joining us this evening. I'm going to take the next little while to tell you about a little bit more about UNSW Arts and Social Sciences and about the range of programs, postgraduate programs that we have on offer in the faculty. Now, there will be an opportunity for Q&A at the end of the session, but I'm also conscious that we have a pretty small group today. I can see sort of one person and another couple of people coming in and out. So I definitely encourage you, you can use the chat function. And if you do have any questions, or even if you want to share with me what program that you're interested, we can definitely speak more closely about those particular programs. But in the interim, I shall continue on. Okay, lovely. So I guess welcome to UNSW Arts and Social Sciences. There are probably a number of different reasons why people choose to study postgraduate study. It might be to further develop your existing skills and excel your career, or perhaps you're ready to change your career path and pursue a lifelong passion. Hopefully, you probably already know about a lot of the benefits to studying postgraduate degrees. And so what I want to focus on tonight is the programs that we offer and why you would choose to study with UNSW Arts and Social Sciences, including our breadth and the diversity of our programs and exactly what makes us unique. So I guess, what I want to say is that at UNSW Arts and Social Sciences, we really are a group of students, academics and professional staff from across the world and from all different backgrounds and cultures. What connects us is our inquisitive minds and a commitment to really working together to tackle society's most pressing issues. Our research and teaching is human-centric, so it's focused on the big issues and the complex challenges that we're facing in the world today. We have over 27 postgraduate coursework programs and 26 diverse study areas. So we really take an interdisciplinary approach and collaborate with a number of other areas across the university, including science, medicine, law, and business. And that helps us understand the human impact and its importance in solving some of today's challenges. We're also really proud of our long-standing reputation as a world-class university. We're ranked top 50 in the world and top 5 in Australia for our key subject areas. And I think, again, this really demonstrates the passion of our staff and students who come together to exchange knowledge and develop new ideas. Our number one priority at UNSW Arts and Social Sciences is really supporting our students through every stage of their study with us. So we want our students to be valued and active members of the faculty and really support them to realise their passion and be able to pursue a career that they truly love. So with this in mind, the faculty has recently introduced a number of new initiatives. So one of those initiatives is a student shadow board, and this will actually ensure that the student voice forms an important part of our decision making. In addition to that, we also have a dedicated student support team, and we offer a number of personalised resources to support students through their study with us. I want to touch briefly, obviously, on the current situation and that, again, UNSW Arts and Social Sciences is really committed to supporting our students and staff during this particularly challenging time. So we have moved the majority of our courses online to avoid disruption to our study. So academic staff are delivering inspiring and engaging learning in a flexible and virtual environment. And we're really wanting to ensure that our student community continues to have access to vibrant learning community, as well as the resources and support that you need to thrive when you're undertaking study. So we're still delivering engaged, practical and interactive experiences for our students. We're using a number of different digital technologies and formats. So this includes webinars, live stream, recorded lectures, one-to-one consultations, as well as virtual workshops and group activities. The faculty have also actually invested in new technology to meet local requirements and ensure that no matter where our students are studying across the globe, that they are able to access what they need and have a seamless online learning experience. I guess what I want to say is that during these times, UNSW remains dedicated to providing a world-class education for all our students. So all our courses are online and many aspects of our campus community are also in that virtual environment. No one, I guess, could have predicted the spread of COVID-19 and its implications for studying at UNSW, but we are certainly working together and we look forward to welcoming everyone back onto campus as soon as it is safe to do so. The next thing I wanted to touch on was the UNSW academic calendar. So our academic calendar is spread into 3 terms, and this really allows you flexibility to structure your study the best way that suits you. So you have the flexibility to spread your study load over the year and study fewer courses per term, enabling deeper learning or enabling you to balance full-time work. Or alternatively, you can increase your study load and really fast track your degree to get into the workforce quicker. So on to our postgraduate programs. So as you can see, UNSW Arts and Social Sciences really offers a range of postgraduate programs across a diverse disciplines, including media, social sciences, humanities, languages, and education. I just wanted to highlight here that we also offer an Arts and Social Sciences combined degree, and this actually allows you to study a combination of 2 postgraduate degrees over 2 years. So combining these master's degrees really allow you to, I guess, extend your knowledge in complementary disciplines and provide you with that really broad education that is, I guess, very welcome in the professional world. So as I mentioned, what I'm going to go do next is to walk through our programs and go over them quickly. I guess, like I mentioned, if any of our audience members are interested in finding out about a specific degree, please let me know just by using the chat function and I can deep dive into that a little bit further. One thing I did want to highlight is that all our programs are really designed to actually recognise professional experience. So we understand that people come into postgraduate study with different levels of existing knowledge and professional experience, and we've designed our postgraduate programs with that in mind. So the majority of our programs have been designed to recognise academic and professional experience, which means you can actually complete your degree in less time, depending on your existing amount of knowledge. In addition to that, another thing that makes postgraduate study at UNSW so engaging is that you're really going to learn from staff and from teachers who are leaders in their field. So we have industry experts to world-class researchers who are all working on contemporary local and global issues and informing policy to make a better world. You'll see in the photo on this particular slide, that's Connie Levitt. So Connie is the editor of our digital news platform Newsworthy in the UNSW School of the Arts and Media. Connie actually worked as the digital editor for the Sydney Morning Herald before coming to UNSW. She now works one-on-one with undergraduate and postgraduate students to help them develop content which is then published onto the Newsworthy site. A number of our academic and teaching staff within our media programs have significant industry experience, working as journalists within public relations and advertising industries. In social sciences and humanities, we also have staff who are undertaking research across the globe, from Afghanistan to Uganda to the Asia Pacific, as well as making significant contributions to policy around local issues such as disability, housing, development, economics, and regulation. The final thing I wanted to add is that at UNSW Arts and Social Sciences, we work really closely with industry. So this might be through residencies, internships, or long-standing partnerships. And we definitely try to provide our students with the opportunity to build and develop their own professional networks as part of their degree. So throughout the year, we host a number of networking events such as career symposiums or alumni events that will bring together our students, our alumni, as well as industry professionals. We also regularly host industry leaders who present guest lecturers, and that might be for specific courses or delivered to larger student groups. There are also some opportunities for our postgraduate students to undertake internships. And in addition, what I would say is that a lot of our students build really important connections through their peers and also through their lecturers and tutors and their associated networks. And building those connections is a really big part of studying at UNSW and being part of that student and staff community. So I'm going to start by telling you a little bit about our media programs. So we have 3 postgraduate media programs, and the first one that I'm going to touch on quickly is the Master of Journalism and Communication. So this is a postgraduate degree which is focused on contemporary journalism, media studies and communication. So this is really about teaching our students to reimagine the changing media landscape and actually learn how they can shape the future of this rapidly growing and changing sector. Some of the things you'll study include looking at all different types of writing forms. So this will include news writing, research, interviewing skills, critical thinking, ethical awareness, and really looking at how media works across a multi-platform environment. This is an industry that continues to grow and continues to reach new audiences across the globe rather. So what this degree offers is really an opportunity to embrace on a career that is able to influence and shape society. And that's really what we teach our students. So not only the skills of how to do it, but why to do it and how you can do it correctly. Many of our graduates go on to career opportunities such as journalists, freelance writing, editing, publishing, media research and production, as well as strategic communications and public relations. So this program itself is 1.7 years full time, but we also have a 1-year stream if you have existing professional experience. And you can actually enter this program in term 1, term 2 and term 3, so February, June and September. This is just one of our alumni, Tim Middlemiss, who completed the Master of Communications and Journalism. So Tim is actually working currently as an independent consultant for social impact, and prior to that he was Chief of Staff to Tim Costello at World Vision. He really did the program with a focus on not-for-profit and campaign communications, and this has really helped him take his career to that next level. And he's an example of someone who came with a background in communications and really wanted to elevate that. Tim is also actually recently been selected for the Obama Foundation Emerging Leaders Program. So he's one of only 200 emerging leaders from across the Asia Pacific who have been selected to this program. Our other media degree is the Master of Public Relations and Advertising. So it's similarly structured to journalism and communications. It is the full duration of 1.7 years, or we also have a 1-year stream based on experience with entry in February, June and September. So this degree is really designed to equip you with creativity, innovation and strategic thinking. And it's all about looking at the contemporary role and the contemporary function of public relations and advertising roles, both in Australia and internationally. This degree really merges contemporary theory, but also with practical industry skills to ensure that when you've completed your degree, you're ready to enter into the workforce. So, again, I think it's it's great balance of practical and theoretical content, makes it a really great study choice, either for those people who are already working in the industry and want to take the next step in their career, or for those who are maybe looking for a career change and wanting to enter what is a really vibrant and rapidly changing industry. Again, career opportunities are quite broad. Many of our graduates end up in public relations and advertising, but that can be across print, radio, television, also online media industries, media relations, and corporate communications, just to name a few. Again, this is one of our alumni from Master of Public Relations and Advertising. Felicia actually came to Australia as an international student, and as you can see from the quote, one thing that she really learnt from the program was, I guess, the confidence to speak up and to communicate and to take risks that perhaps she wouldn't have done in the past. And following the completion of her master's, she actually was a co-founder for her own small organisation called Balloon Nation. The last media degree that I wanted to touch on is slightly different. It's the Master of Public Relations and Advertising and Master of Design. So it's a double degree that's run in collaboration with the Faculty of Art and Design. I guess what this allows is it allows students to study in both disciplines. So not only will you be able to think critically, develop public relations and advertising strategies, but you'll also build those design capabilities and get a little bit more of that hands-on digital media practice. So again, career opportunities then sort of expand to positions such as graphics, media and digital design, looking even at UX and responsive design, as well as communications, branding and advertising. So as you'll see, this degree actually is from 2 to 3 years full time. So there's a 2-year stream and a 3-year stream based on professional experience. Now, moving on, our next set of degrees that I was going to talk about was those degrees that are based in the School of Social Sciences. So the first one of those is our Master of Development. And this degree is really about recognising that to be a member of today's global community means that we need to face and we need to navigate a number of pressing current issues. And these sort of issues include forced migration, gender-based violence, human rights violations, global health disasters, pandemics, just to name a few. So this degree is really about equipping our graduates with the skills and the knowledge that they need to make the changes that they want to see in the world. So you'll learn how to understand and negotiate complexities that involve geopolitical, economic, social, ethical, and cultural contexts. And you really will learn from some incredible leading academics. There's some people doing some really incredible things both in Australia and across the world in this particular program. And certainly learning from them is an incredible inspiration. So again, some of the career opportunities that may come out of this program is things such as local and international development agencies. We have had graduates go on to work at United Nations or working at policy advocacy think tanks, as well as working in community-based organisations and government bodies that are based both locally and internationally. It's a 2-year full-time degree, but it has 3 different streams, being the 1-year, 1.7-year and 2-year based on experience. This is one of our graduates, Kayla, and Kayla actually still works at UNSW at the Institute for Global Development. So I think this really talks to the fact about sometimes just those networks that you can build during your program, because you really are learning from people who are active in the field. So as you can see, I think Kayla has sort of said that she's recently completed her development studies, and it really allowed her to focus on the more critical development issues that have helped her sort of take that next step in her career. The next program is the Master of Environmental Management. So this program is really designed for anyone who has an interest in making a change in the environment. So I think what we know is that today's environmental leaders are really called upon to understand and respond not only to the ecological dimensions of environmental issues, but they also need to understand the social, cultural and structural drivers and impacts. And that's really what this program looks at. It brings in that human aspect, and it looks at the socio-cultural and the political economic causes and responses to today's human inclusive or today's environmental challenges. So you'll focus on a lot of conceptual tools, but there's also a lot of experiential and practical practical tools that form part of this program. So it's also about looking at ethical and restorative sustainability leadership. And really looking at how you can make change in that particular area. Again, 2 years full time. This has 3 streams as per the previous one. We also have a graduate certificate and a graduate diploma are available in environmental management for those who are interested in that area. This is one of our alumni, Lily. Now, she graduated in 2019 and actually was studying as an international student, I believe from Mongolia, and her vision was really to come to UNSW to learn those development skills that she, or environmental management skills rather, that she would be able to take back to her home country and apply in that context. The next program is the Master of International Relations. And again, this one is really a specialist degree that recognises the complexity and the globalised nature of today's world. So unlike development studies, which is more focused around the development angle, environmental management, which is focused on the environment, this program is really designed to advance your understanding of global politics and foreign policy. So you can see a number of the different areas that you'll explore include international security, looking at great power rivalry, regional conflicts, nuclear proliferation, global environmental politics. There's a lot listed there that are encompassed, but definitely that focus on the political and economical aspects. Some of the career outcomes here include public sector such as Department of Foreign Affairs and Trade, Ministry of External Affairs and such, but also working in the private sector. We have actually had people undertaking this degree who have gone on to, who have had a media background and have used this degree to inform their roles as foreign correspondents, or how they actually report on international topics and international relations. In addition to that, we do have graduates working at United Nations and also the World Bank, as well as a number of non-government organisations, and that's again really opportunities across the globe. 2 years full-time, and again broken down into those 3 streams based on your professional experience. And this is also one of our recent graduates, just graduated, I think probably just earlier this year, Ari. So he's actually a senior technical officer at the World Resources Institute in Indonesia. And again, as you can see, he's actually based in Washington, DC, but he's really came to build his understanding of the international relations. And you know, I guess what he said, to tackle climate change, we certainly need the participation of all parties, and sometimes understanding those underlying economical and political tensions can really help you in moving forward some of those things that are then more closely related to development, climate change, and some of those other issues. The next program is the Master of Public Policy and Government. And this degree really helps you develop the skills and perspective needed to assess, evaluate, and understand the sensitivity of public policy. So you'll really explore the impacts of research, of governance, of public policy, and the impact that that then has on clients, on customers, and also on the public. It's grounded in real world experience. So one of the things that our students do engage with as part of this program is to actually write a research report, and that's actually on a topic of your choosing. So we give you the flexibility to choose research topics that really align with your interests and that relate to contemporary issues. Again, this is one of our alumni, Anthony. Anthony has a really interesting role because he's actually the social media advisor at KPMG. But again, he says, you know, he really learned some of those critical values, like recognizing the importance of thorough research, completeness and transparency around data, and obviously getting work done on time. So it really provides you that background on that policy development and those areas. The next little group of programs that I wanted to cover were those in our humanities and languages area. So The first one of those is the Master of Applied Linguistics. So, you know, I think we recognise that the study of linguistics has really become a dynamic area of social sciences research in recent years. It really does allow us to look at that cross-cultural communication and can be applied across social psychology, international relations, even climate change research and media studies. So applied linguistics is essentially, it can be structured around the current demands of graduates as well as your professional ambitions. So there's ability to incorporate your own area of interest into study, as well as providing sort of training on the traditional core areas of language structure, such as phonetics, phonology, grammar, and meaning. Again, there's quite a broad range of careers that can be as a result or that can complement this program. Things such as teaching English as an additional language or teaching English to speakers of other languages. We do also have people working in intercultural communication, discourse analysis, as well as advocacy for linguistically disadvantaged groups, as well as language policy and developing policy research and understanding in that area. Again, 2-year program with 3 available streams. We also have 3 interpreting and translating programs. So these have different lengths. So the Master of Translation is a 1-year program only, whereas our Master of Translation, while the Master of Interpreting has a 1.7-year program. Sorry, let me just check. Master of Translation has a 1-year program and a 1.7, whereas our Master of Interpreting is just 1.7, and then the sort of combined program, Master of Interpreting and Translation, is the 2-year program. And there is an additional entry requirement for that one, that you have an advanced level of bilingual proficiency. And again, just highlighting one of our recent graduates, Olga, who graduated in 2019. She's actually a Russian translator at the Commission for Conservation of Antarctic Marine Living Resources in Tasmania. And she actually completed an internship with them during her program, and that led to her securing employment, which is a really fantastic example of how building those networks are so important. The final program that I wanted to touch on today, because it is slightly unique, is the Master of Social Work Counselling. So this program is actually designed for people who are already working as social workers. So you will see I have listed the entry requirements there because it is quite specific. So eligibility does actually require that you have been working as a social worker and that you have suitable experience. So this program really allows those people who specialise in the area of counselling. Just to touch quickly on the entry requirements, as you'll see, each of the streams actually do recognise different levels of experience. So our 2-year stream really just recognises that you need a bachelor degree or an equivalent with a record of academic achievement, which is equivalent to UNSW credit average. And that bachelor's degree can be across any discipline. For any programs that have a 1.7-year stream, it's slightly different in the sense that we're looking for a bachelor degree in a relevant discipline or a bachelor degree in any discipline, but then having some professional experience. So as you can see, if you've got some professional experience or you've done some study in the past, then you are able to cut down that program into 1.7 years, which is essentially 1 year and 2 terms. And then our 1-year stream is obviously for those students who have done an honours degree or a graduate diploma in a relevant discipline, or for anyone who's done a bachelor's degree in a relevant discipline and also had some professional experience. So it does recognise those different levels of knowledge that people bring to the program and allow you to tailor the length of your program accordingly. Now, before I finish tonight, I did want to highlight that UNSW will be hosting a upcoming series of events called Meet the Masters. So obviously we've covered quite broadly all our programs tonight, but if there are some that you are specifically interested in, please go ahead to the website. There are going to be over 35 events, and we'll actually have our academic staff and our current students and alumni on hand to tell you a little bit about their experience teaching the program, and also to answer any questions. A number of our programs are open for term 3, which commences in September. So if it is something that you're interested in pursuing, then please visit apply.unsw.edu.au.